my seat, my chair. So I know that I was getting some alignment advice. Let's put it that way. Then we'll fire up the grid and see if we can't figure out what's going on. And as now, again, for those of you that didn't see, hang on, I'm going to pull this up. Yeah, so Daniel Berger is out of the Honda Classic, which, I mean, what it did, I mean, if you bet on basically anybody outright, you got just incredible value. when the golfer with the highest winning chances drops out, then you immediately have secured value on whoever you did. I feel kind of bad for betting the underdogs. Hey, Bobby. I was just going over that, you know, with Berger dropping out. I mean, if you bet on anybody else outright, I mean, you got just incredible implied odds now. I almost feel dumb for having bet such big underdogs. You know, I could have gone and played Neiman and like instantly double your money theoretically, or the other one, or him, or any other, and Henley, or any of the.
What was it? A COVID? Was it a COVID out, Sheets? I didn't get the word on that. I just saw that he was out.
Ribs.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better. I just don't want there to be a COVID outbreak and have to wake up at 3.
Yeah, no. I posted this to you. He dropped out of the
I didn't see it.
of the Pro-Am, and he cited rib issues, and he said he was complaining about them at the end of the last event as well. But you know what? At least he dropped out now.
Yeah, I mean, that's better than the better than we got last time.
Pulling in English.
Yeah.
And what that's going to do, it's going to make Im and Neiman just insanely popular, because the top up there has gotten very empty. But let's go into basketball here. So I am just guessing, and I'm going to look at this. I'm just guessing based on my recent runs that probably that Jeremy Grant is out. Is that the story?
I actually didn't even get that.
I want to know only because Josh Jackson is popping for me.
Like what? Like, popping at though? What is that? Well, like, give me a number.
Oh, I have him projected at like almost 30, like 30 fantasy points.
Let's see. I must have missed something. I must have missed that part. I think I've also been focused on other games. Yeah, Jeremy Grant. I don't have anything on Jeremy Grant.
Maybe. I don't know why Josh Jackson all of a sudden is getting 30.
I have him a little lower, but is there somebody else out? Dennis Smith might be out again with COVID. Everybody else, who am I missing? Guys,
am I missing something? I don't know.
Oh. No, I don't know where that came. I don't know where. Okay. I mean, unless it's updated. Jeremy Lamb just got ruled out, which doesn't really do a whole lot.
All right, well, I'm going to get another run a little later, but
yeah. So
what's going on with that?
We're waiting on quite a bit of things that, like, I knew this was going to end up being one of these slates. You know, obviously Hardin is now the priority. Very hard to not want to play him. I think it also makes the run backs in that game a lot better. The Sabonis, Brogdon, and then obviously Levert on FanDuel. I am interested a little bit in Harris, Green, and Cabarrot. But I think Shamet might be the upside play with a little lower ownership. So that's where I'm at on that one.
Wait, so what happened with Brooklyn?
Kyrie's out.
Oh, right. No, okay. Yeah, I got Harden as being obviously the clear play, but my second one is Joe Harris, and Jeff Green too. Yeah, and TLC.
Yeah, Jeff Green is my guy. I don't know about the TLC thing. Feels a little thin and familiar.
Yeah.
At high ownership, but it's not that he's not a reasonable play, and in his potentially 26 minutes. It just feels kind of thin for this slate to feel good about it. And then you look on the other side of this game in awesome matchups like Sabonis, he's going to be completely unowned. And he could easily put up 60 here. Now, there's a lot of guys who could put up 60 tonight in similar price ranges, so he's not the only one. But he certainly does feel like he's going to get 50 plus to me, assuming this game stays close, of course, yada, yada, yada. I really like Sabonis here. So I think I'm going to have to get me some Hardin with Sabonis and all that stuff. I'm close to locking Hardin in, which I don't usually do on giant slates.
The only lineups that I've built right now are, believe it or not, are Yahoo lineups.
Oh God! Well, you can talk.
And the Yahoo lineups have almost all Hardin.
Yeah.
Well, I just figured I would wait. I got time, right?
Yeah, I'm playing a pretty decent number of lineups, but I got some time as well. I still feel like there's just it's too hard to want to do too much right now, without information. And then honestly, what is Harden's bust path here? They get blown out? We're really going to bet on that? I don't think so. I'm kind of surprised they're even underdogs, to be honest with you.
Without Kyrie?
They just they win every game. Doesn't seem to matter who's playing. I know Kyrie's awesome, and I actually, I'm a president of Kyrie's awesome fan club. So, but yeah.
I think he's kind of. I think he's kind of a lock.
The problem is guys like Jalen Brown, who are going to probably go nuts tonight, and all these other guys getting them in. There's a lot of good plays.
I'm kind of interested in.
I like Miles Turner too in that game. I have actually a stack where I have two stacks in pretty high buy-in lineups right now, where I have that game with 7 players, and Levert is not one of them on DraftKings. I actually think Levert is an awesome tournament play. I just am not getting there. I can't do it over the other guys in his price range on DraftKings, but on FanDuel he's just that's a lock. I don't like the word lock, and Levert is, in my opinion, today on FanDuel, a complete and utter lock. When people are going to play Bruce Brown over him, and I like Bruce Brown, I like him. I like double playing them, but you can't play DiVincenzo and Bruce Brown over him here. I just don't think it makes any sense logically, and you're just trying to get weird. You can play Josh Jackson with some upside maybe if you want to have an argument, but I don't know. I don't know if I would touch anybody else personally. I don't know if I'd have been a lineup without him on FanDuel. And it's hard not to play Hardin. I don't care. You can fade Hardin, I think, easier on FanDuel for sure, because you can potentially from 2 of these low tier guys, you can potentially get 70 fantasy points, and then you jump over and you can spend up anywhere else you want. Tim Hardaway Jr., by the way, is he's 4,500 and should play over 30 minutes again tonight. Actually, why is Tim Hardaway's minutes projection gone up? Let me just take a look at that real quick. Is there somebody I'm missing on Dallas who's out?
I'm busy doing a little bit of Josh Jackson research here.
I don't have him as high, but I always like him. You know that.
I have him for 28 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And 30 fantasy points.
30 fantasy points. They're being very generous to Josh Jackson. So does he? It's not like he averages. Well, he's close, but not with all these guys. He hasn't been close to 1 point per minute.
Well, Magruder's out, if that means anything.
I guess that means.
Let me see. I think you disappeared on me.
A little trying to get too involved in, to be honest with you.
Let's look at another thing. 2s, 3s. I'm just kind of looking through. I'm going to different places too.
I didn't hear that. Right.
I don't know. You didn't hear what?
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, okay. standard.
Was it
It doesn't matter.
No, there's something. My internet's fine. It's running. They can hear me.
Okay.
It's something between this particular connection between you and I that it sometimes hiccups.
Okay.
What does that mean? You don't believe me?
No, I'm just saying it is what it is. I know. I see you freeze. I mean, I don't know what it is.
Westbrook. Okay, so Porter.
Let's take a look at FanDuel with that. Let me see what FanDuel looks like.
Porter, Jeff Green, Tice. It's a bonus. Do
that. Is James Wiseman out or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's showing up for you on Golden State?
No, but I was just looking at my FanDuel, which I had not updated yet, and then I saw Wiseman at the top, and I also saw something that it wasn't in, so that's why I knew I didn't update it.
Oh, I got you. Because I was like trying to figure out if there was anything to do with it, and I just really don't think that there is. Maybe Toscano Anderson, I guess you could make an argument for, but you're speculating big time.
Really strange. I got to update all my FanDuel. I don't know why my FanDuels are all. All right, I've got to do that now then.
All right, guys, pop some questions in. I'm going to start answering some questions. I've got a few minutes before I have to build these things, and I'm just curious what's going to happen. Oh, there's Toscano Anderson question. If I knew he was starting, which I don't think you'll know before lock, I would definitely have some interest. But realistically, every time you saw this guy succeed, they mostly didn't have two of these guys: Steph, Oubre, Wiggins, Draymond. And they've got all four of those guys. So Toscano Anderson splitting with Pascal and Looney doesn't seem like the best upside play at 3,200, but I do think he's got some tournament upside. I mean, he's got enough tournament upside, especially if he starts. But I don't like love him for. I just think there's a lot of other places to go. The Magruder thing is weird because, like, honestly, Josh Jackson, it shouldn't affect things that much. And Svi, I guess they're counting as being out. You know, he is out, and Jackson's playing minutes. But if they start Josh Jackson, I would have zero interest in him. If they don't start Josh Jackson, I'll have interest in him. And I think I actually think he's in play. There's just a million other plays. That Wiseman and if that game stays close is a good play. Go for it. I think it's awesome. There's a million ways to skin a cat. You didn't need to have, a great example is last night. Is Hardin going to have a better night than Lillard had last night? Probably not. Probably right. And can you win without a guy with 75 points? Because I had Lillard and I didn't have the exact right mix because he didn't end up getting me there. So Looney could be tasty. I don't agree. Looney is the same guy. We've seen Looney in the situation with literally like a ton of other guys out too, and he just doesn't do anything. Period. Let's see. What's his high fantasy point game? He got 20 once. He made 3 out of free throws. I thought it was threes. I got 20 once. That's what I got for you. Over a million games, and some of those games are more out than this. So I'm not gonna put any stake in. We basically just had the game the other day without Wiseman. What did he do against Utah? Was it Utah? Yeah, I think it was. He played 11 minutes. Okay, there you go.
Who played 11 minutes?
Looney. Yeah, I don't think Looney is in play for me. Look, if he gets there, so be it. So he happens to get there. I would rather take a shot on Eubanks if I was going to play that low guy.
Yeah. What about San Antonio and Eubanks and other stuff?
I think you're mostly should be staying away from it. I said if you're going to use a minimum cost guy, I think that Eubanks and what's it called, Luau Cabarro stand out a little bit. What's up, Drac? Bob, is Warriors a bad matchup for opposing centers? No, a Patton in Dynasty and may bench him. I mean, I'm never big on these other kinds of questions, but I would just say that it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, they're all fine. Like, everybody's fine. Nobody's good enough defensively. I don't know who you're benching him for. Like, tell me who you're benching him for. Maybe I can help you out there. Which reminds me, in the only season-long league I've like ever played in the last 10. Well,
oh yeah, how's that going? That the season-long thing.
I didn't substitute my players. I forgot for 3 weeks, so that didn't help. And then I pulled off a couple of big trades, and I don't think there's a way to beat my team anymore. I really don't.
Oh,
I think
nice.
but the problem is I don't know if I'm going to make the playoffs because I forgot about the weeks. So that's the part that kind of hurt. Let's see. I got to get Kyrie out, though, because he's on my team. There's one trade I pulled out that was sort of like a borderline, but it actually, it's kind of an interesting from a regular trade perspective. I traded Levine for Kyrie and at the time Kyle Anderson, who like kept scoring 40 a game. But really, it was Levine for Kyle Anderson. I'm sorry, Levine for Kyrie, and which, believe it or not, has been in Kyrie's favor so far this year, even though Levine has been spectacular. All right.
Now we're gonna start rolling here. Let's see.
But yeah, it's hard to. It's great. We have a pretty big league, and I have like 5 of the top 25 players, I think. So I should win. But it's I don't know if I can physically make it. I don't know if it's possible. All right, guys. Any more questions? Try and get them in before 6:30 Eastern because I will be needing to edit some lineups.
I'm just updating my projections for I guess not the last time, but hopefully the last time. But I'm updating those down, so I'll give you guys another run, so to speak, of where I'm at with the most recent news.
Yeah, the Heat obviously are going to become appealing if there's no Jimmy Butler, which I think is very possible. But to be honest with you, as far as game stacks go, we've had no Jimmy Butler a lot this year. We've already seen what that story looks like. It looks like Bam. It looks a little bit like Hero. And we actually had it without Bam. We actually had it without Dragic too for a while. And it's not like these guys were setting the world on fire at these prices. I've always felt Hero is in play on this slate. I still do. I think Jimmy Butler being out obviously gives that a boost. It gives Dragic a boost for sure. But I don't know if these guys are must plays, and you don't know if he's going to be out till potentially 9 Eastern. So if you told me for sure, then I would say yes. You want to mix some of these guys in, and I got to. But who are you going to play your stack? Like, I don't know. It doesn't work for me. And not to mention, I don't like anybody on the other side of this game. There's nobody on Memphis who makes any sense at all, in my opinion. Ja's a fine player, but there's no reason to play him in this matchup.
I was seeing a couple of Justice Winslow's running
Christian
around.
Wood and Daniel House.
I didn't hear what you said.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I didn't hear what you said. James House what? Daniel House what?
So Daniel House and Christian Wood are starting and playing.
Okay.
That's kind of big news, I think.
So what does that mean for the average man?
So I think that it means that Daniel House, look, his minute projection might be low, but the guy usually only plays like 1 million minutes. But might be a little different. It means everybody on Houston gets a huge tick down.
Okay.
I still like Porter. I don't have much interest in Martin. I do like Sterling Brown, assuming that he's in that starting lineup. They didn't only announce those two, so let me check the starting lineup real quick. I mean, they've got 10 bodies tonight, and 2 of them are starters. So they're certainly not as appealing as they were. But I still like Kevin Porter Jr. and Deshaun Tate, who no one's going to play.
Yeah, this is an interesting decision, isn't it?
I just think you mostly want to try and steer clear of Houston now. But you want to play a little bit of mix in those guys a little bit. Except for Porter. Porter is still an excellent play.
You like Bruce Brown at all?
They could get rolled. That takes away Porter's role getting. But he's fine. Yeah, he's completely fine with me.
And did we talk about Daniel Tice?
Yeah, I like him. I really wish Robert Williams was even just like 4,600. I think I would play him tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like that kid, man. He's been balling out. He's only playing. Look at these minutes. It's crazy. In 21, 19, 16, 23 minutes, he puts up 29, 42, 27, 25, 34, 42, 36, 32. Like, he's just a monster.
First we're
Jalen Brown. How do we get him?
I'm going to do my DraftKings and FanDuel.
I do sort of like trying to get one of these. I do want to have one game stack, so I think I might play what's his name in that Brown. But isn't it just better to play Harris? Yeah, I think it is. I just think it's better to play Harris.
Jalen Brown, Beal, Saransky. Okay. You like Dwight Howard at all?
Hadn't thought about him once.
Okay.
It's a really bad matchup for them to go big too. Like, they're gonna do it, but it's really not gonna work. I'm a little surprised at Porter's projection being so high with these guys out.
You mean with the guys in?
Yeah, with the guys in. Because he played 41 minutes last night. I think it's more suspect than people have talked about, at least that I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. He's fine, but I mean, remember is Oladipo in? No, Oladipo's not in though.
No, that's why he's a good play still.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
he's gonna have the ball. He's gonna have the ball every possession that he's in the game.
They're gonna get absolutely scorched again.
They always do.
Yeah, but he gets the run usually. This time he might not get the run because they've got 10 guys healthy.
That makes sense.
And he played 41 minutes last night.
What would you do about
Right now, do you know who the most important person? I know it's Christian Wood, but we don't know how healthy he's going to be. He's never played more than 26 games in a year. But so now you have Kevin Porter as number 1A in terms of importance for Houston's future. That's how big of a guy he is for them. So why do they want to risk him? I don't know. Anyway,
I think they want to get him minutes though. No.
Yeah, I think so too. But I don't. I mean, playing 41 and then having a back-to-back where you go from 8 to 10 players. I don't think he's the lock for 45 fantasy points like he was before, or 40-ish, whatever it is. Yeah. In fact, you want to get really a big brainchild. Play Hardin Levert over him
on DraftKings.
Yeah, be a hero. Somebody be a hero. I don't know if I can do it, but somebody else be a hero because I think it's an awesome play. What's that?
Yeah, someone else do it, right?
Yeah, someone else do it. I don't think I could quite pull the trigger, but I like it.
There's a guy that I used to know from the racetrack. Say he's going to win. He's good. He's like he was going to win, but don't bet him. And then he wins. Like, thanks.
But like it's just funny. I don't know. Yeah, so if I drop him down to hero, Harris Green. See, if I play Luau Cabarrot, I'm just trying to think for a second because in a game stack, I would want to play him with Green and Harris and Hardin, right? Yeah, I think that's what I would rather do. Yeah, that's the right way to go, I think. But Shamet is the upside guy. Van Vliet and Siakam will play. Wow, both of them. Don't play anybody from Toronto. Well, I guess you could always play those guys.
Yeah, what's wrong with them?
But I guess Van Vliet would be. I'm sorry, Siakam would be okay. I just don't think I can do it. So it's played. I might literally just have some first lineups and then hey, we'll call it a night. I'm loving this Brooklyn game, man.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I'm gonna probably. It's not gonna be so easy for me because I'm probably gonna have like a decent amount of the. Can I call him JTA? Juan Toscano Anderson?
Yeah.
JTA?
So you're going with him. You're doing it.
Yeah.
And the big one. I can hear it by your voice. It's a yes.
He's my I like him.
All right. What's weird, it would feel weird to fade to play Luau Cabrera over him because if nothing else, well, it's only an hour difference. Not like they're playing in Golden State. But like what? Yeah. I'll tell you who the real, like it's a fishy play to play him, but there's the way this Houston game goes where Jordan Poole scores like 40 fantasy points.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, I can tell you my top plays on DraftKings are. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so my top play on DraftKings is James Harden. I have 100 of him.
Yep.
My next highest owned guy is Juan Toscano Anderson. And the next time
with this.
And I'm just this is true DFS, right? And the next highest owned guy is Josh Jackson. So that's that.
All right, because of you, Sheets, I'm gonna throw. I like the JT. Like it's not that I don't like Juan Toscano Anderson. I just don't know. I sort of feel like, what are we doing?
Just losing, I guess. I don't know.
No, but it's not bad. Like I guess he is a better play than
some of these lineups I have. I just it's like almost they're pricing in like Curry not even playing. I got like 40% Oubre, like 20% Wiggins.
The issue I have with JTA is that he won't shoot the ball. At least what's his name can get hot. But I'm playing 3 other players from that game in this lineup already.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
No TLC. No TLC. I mean, I'm deciding between he and Toscano Anderson. And I guess, wow. I guess I'm going to split the difference and play. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play you.
I got a couple. I got a couple Jordan Pooles hanging around too.
I'm just warning you guys about Jordan Poole. Okay. The craziest part is the worst thing about him. Like he is completely a player you play just in blowouts. But the difference for him is this game is almost definitely a blowout. So it's like a perfect game for Jordan Poole. If this was a small slate, I would be all over Jordan Poole. But I can't do it with all of these other guys. The problem is, like, I'm still using pretty thin value. I just think Eubanks really has. I wish look, if he would have got the minutes before, he would have get crushed. But I keep saying that. He's starting to get the minutes, man. And he's only projected for like 20, but he's played 22 and 24, and he's put up 37, 20, and 19 his last 3. That's good enough for me.
Let's see what FanDuel looks like.
So I'm gonna have to make this lineup 100 different ways. One with a Toscano Anderson, one with a Eubanks, and one with a what's his name?
Look at these guys that we're playing. Do we want, like you said, do we have to do this? I guess.
Yeah, I think that the Hardin thing made it a little bit more like, okay, well, if we want to get Hardin plus another stud with Jalen Brown-ish type guys, or like DeLon Wright, Brown, and Sabonis with Hardin, which is what I have in one of my lineups, then I think it makes a little bit of sense.
Well, should we be thinking about what the impact of Jeremy Lamb being out has, or no? Well,
if Jeremy Lamb was still in the NBA, we would. But since he's in the G League, and I actually just heard him on an interview in a podcast the other day. No, you mean Anthony Lamb?
I meant Jeremy Lamb.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was being smart. I thought you said Jeremy. I first thought you said Jeremy Lin. I jumped over to Anthony Lamb from things that went to Lamb. Anyway, I got Lim and Lamb mixed up, and honestly, they both Jeremy Lin and they used to play on the same team.
But in fairness, if you were actually correct and accurate, the sarcasm would have come across was beautiful.
I was so wrong.
Was like perfect on it too.
I totally killed it though by being just so wrong with it.
that made it better.
Wow, the Raptors. I mean, so Boucher is starting. That's weird. Like he wasn't even starting when they had none of these guys healthy. It's just weird. I don't think we need to do anything with that.
Let me see what these FanDuel lineups are going to look like. These are going to look pretty ugly.
I'll tell you what. There are certain guys who I love having at low owner, and Sabonis is one of them. Now he scares you sometimes because he'll get a foul, and you get in foul trouble. You're basically SOL. But he's just always going to put up 50 fantasy points here. I really think he is. I think it's so hard for him not to in a close game.
Who?
Sabonis. Because I want to get some run back. I like this other side of this game. You know, there's as you would say, there's things you can do business with. I like Brogdon and Turner.
I'm sorry, I missed it. You said you like Brogdon and who? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they could hear you. I heard the tail end of a Miles Turner take.
All right, real quickly, we're taking a look at what the chat has to say. It looks like there's some good stuff in here. Any values 3,100 or less? I just named my guys. I'll do it again. The value I have is Eubanks, and we also have a little bit of interest in a game stack version of TLC.
Is this a Draymond night?
I mean, anybody on Golden State is an awesome play if the game stays close. That's the truth. They're going to put up a ton of points. I mean, I'm having a really hard time seeing how this game stays close. I think that Steph is going to go nuts. I think he might have like 40-something at halftime, but the game might be 35 points at halftime. I mean, maybe not. Maybe with Wood and House back, it'll restore some. Probably does make Steph and Draymond better plays, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, I think they're definitely good plays. I just don't think that they're just not in my particular lineups.
You still into Simmons?
Yes. Especially on FanDuel.
Yeah. This is what we're going to do. We're going to build one more, and then we're going to hand build the
Van Vliet and Lowry on a minutes restriction, which is, I think, what we would have expected. So I'm not.
Who is?
Van Vliet and Lowry are on a minutes restriction. I'm sorry, Van Vliet and Siakam.
They're on a restriction, or are they being monitored?
It's a minutes restriction, it said. But they also said that the other night. Everybody freaked out about that for McCollum last night, but he played like 30, I think.
Are we keeping an eye on Ibaka? With the news regarding him, or
that's huge to me, but I don't have it. I don't know what to say. I love Morris if he's out, and he's not as good a play as he was the other night, maybe, but he's still a really good play. Hero and Shamit.
Let's do this. Let's edit this. All right, let's see. Who are the best plays on FanDuel? Let's figure that out. So the best, I'm going to do this exactly the way I did it at 12 o'clock. And let's see what's different. Let's see if we can put some ownership to the equation here. We're going to do it my way. We're going to do it by alphabetically. Okay, so if we did center, still like, well, not as much. So DeAndre Jordan has become a better play since we last looked at this. So DeAndre Jordan, and he's getting ownership. Jokic, he's getting ownership, and then Rashard. Then we were talking about this. So Rashad Holmes. So basically, DeAndre Jordan has taken over the James Wiseman spot in my analysis of center, right?
Right.
So Jordan or Jokic or Holmes.
Magruder's playing, by the way.
I just had him for no minutes. That's all.
No. Well, he's active. I don't think he was supposed to be active today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he would have played. I mean, he was freaking starting before. He'll probably start. Hold on. Hold on, Cheech, 1 second. I can't sort of resist this idea now, but I'm not going to do it. Nah, he made him 3,700. What he busted us as chalk, and then out of the blue, he starts a game that we weren't expecting him to play in. I just felt like we had talked about a lot of thin value. He, for a second, rang my bell a little bit, but I think I'd rather play Shamet than him.
Shamet, huh?
I prefer Shamet over Jordan Poole by a long shot. They both like to shoot the ball, but Shamet might actually play some minutes. And boy, he could really. This is the kind of game you'd want to be. I mean, no Kyrie is like a great situation for him. With he hasn't really had he's had the no Harden. He hasn't really had that many. I think he had like only 1 or 2 games with the no Kyrie, and he wasn't really a part of the rotation as much as he is now. So I really like him.
This is way too nuts.
Shamet, Satoransky, Giannis, Ben Simmons. Boy, I'm really fading Kevin Porter on DraftKings. What am I doing?
You're fading Kevin Porter on DraftKings, and I currently don't have Levert in my monster lineup on FanDuel. So we're
wow. You double spent up?
Yeah, I got Hardin and Beal right now.
That's what I was thinking you were going to do. I mean, when you said that you weren't going to play him. Shamet's starting, by the way, which makes me like him a little bit less. Fuck.
Joe Harris is 3,800.
Hang on, we need that starting lineup back. We need that lineup back. Ugh, starting Shamet just killed my value. That's gross. I think Ben Simmons is going to go off tonight. I just don't know if this is the right slate to play him at 8,900.
Let me do this another way. So let me look at point guard again on FanDuel. So I still like Satoransky, although not as much. Delon Wright. I want to play Simmons too, dude.
What'd you say, Sheets?
I think I want to play Simmons.
Which Simmons?
I want to play Ben Simmons.
Oh, Ben Simmons. I'm sorry. I lost it for a second. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I love it.
Derek White is going to be low owned.
Yeah, I got some of him right now, but I don't like it.
Small forward. Harris, Porter, Jalen Brown. I'd like to. How does De'Aaron Fox look here? Not. I mean, he's fine. Maybe that's the deal. Maybe De'Aaron Fox. Maybe.
That's what I started with, and then I just completely went a different direction entirely.
Beal. I went Draymond at. I went Draymond power forward, and then Draymond. Draymond is fine. I think he's going to be. He's a little chalkier than I think I would like.
Draymond. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I get why people are into him. Totally. I think I can save the Simmons Giannis lineups for FanDuel. It's hard for me to do it on DraftKings. I keep running into issues. I don't feel good about it. The guy, as I mentioned at the beginning, like Rashawn Holmes and Fox and Beal are just gonna just awesome plays.
This is not going to be what I anticipated doing.
So Shamit's about going to like explode up the ownership board in a minute.
You really need him, Shamit?
I'm telling you that everybody's going to play him. I'm not saying you need him.
Yeah.
But if he puts up 35, which he definitely could, then you'll need him. Probably, not necessarily.
Him. Tice is only 4,400.
By the way, Zubac would be a really good play if we knew that Serge is out too. I mean, we just saw him put up 32 in this matchup in 35 minutes, and no one's talked about him.
Or you play Marcus Morris at 3,700 on FanDuel.
I'm playing Marcus Morris on DraftKings.
Okay, even better.
Yeah, there you go.
Take a look at power forward on FanDuel one more time. Marcus Morris, Tony Bradley, Tobias Harris. Then back to Draymond again. Small forward. Who's good at small forward today? Oh, I know who's good at small forward. Oh, please make that work.
What is it? Give me the good sheets.
No, if I was somehow able to get up to like Kawhi somehow.
Well, I actually am ending up with some Toscano Anderson. Everything about this, everything that, you started saying Draymond, this is how my brain works, and maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong, whatever, it's what it does. Everything that goes in my mind is like, you get the poor man's version of Draymond, okay, in Toscano Anderson, and you're going to possibly get him for like 26 minutes against the worst team in the NBA. He could easily put up 30. I'm really banking though that some of these lineups on Ibaka being out. If Ibaka plays, I'm gonna look kind of stupid. But whatever, I've looked stupid plenty of times in my life. All right, so now I'm on FanDuel. Let's see what we do. All right, guys, I'm gonna try and just for like 10 seconds try and answer questions so you guys don't get totally bored. I'm sure DFS God will come and tell us how much we suck any second now. Any Jamal Murray love? Absolutely, Zane. Huge slate, not playing a million lineups, so I didn't get to him much, but I do like him. Are we going to ride Barton and DiVincenzo? I don't think you're playing DiVincenzo on DraftKings. On FanDuel, sure, go ahead, ride DiVincenzo. I'm down with that. But not on DraftKings. I'm going to have to mix these up a bunch of different ways. We don't want Tyson, some of these. Boy, I have a lot of Drew Eubank. I mean, I'm sort of sticking to what I believe, though, with that guy. I think he's got chance.
You say
the
Larry
problem
Nance?
about sorry, Sheets. What did you say?
You say Larry Nance?
I do like Larry Nance. I would like to get confirmation. Pistons are starting Wright, Frank Jackson, Bay, Grant, and Plumlee. Okay. I wonder if we need to reconsider Frank Jackson for a second. I don't like it.
Frank Jackson?
Yeah. What the hell? That sort of surprised me. This is what I mean. What are these stupid teams that don't care? You don't know what they're going to do. They might play him like a million minutes. Fuck.
You like anybody from Toronto on the Toronto side?
No.
Okay.
Boucher would be the only one I consider, but they're all bad plays in my opinion. Hold on. DeLon Wright, was he in that starting lineup? Can I get that lineup back? Jesus.
I think so.
It has to be, right? Like, I don't. Oh, no. So, yeah, they announced Rodney Magruder is now inactive. That makes sense.
He is. Okay.
I'm really surprised that Frank Jack. What the hell? I guess they really want to keep. It actually makes Josh Jackson a better play. They're trying to keep his role. Oh, my FanDuel's really slowed quite a bit down here. I will have a shot or two of Sadiq Bey, by the way, just because the price is so low and the minutes should be pretty high, especially now.
I got a couple.
We got a little bit of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, isn't Nance a better play though for upside?
Maybe.
Safety, maybe. I don't know actually where that one stands. That's pretty close. Sadiq Bey, former NBA Player of the Week this season.
That's true.
Not a lot of rookies. I think he's the only rookie to win Rookie of the Week, the Player of the Week this year.
I keep ending up playing Jeremy Grant, like every slate.
By the way, he's actually, I mean, like, because he always stands out. I mean, but then again, you could just play Cody Zeller and feel a little bit better, in my opinion. At least Cody Zeller's done something in the last million games. I'm telling you, DeLon Wright revenge, that's a thing. He's played with all these guys before. They got rid of him and won a title. I'm really playing Zubac in one of my big lineups right now. That's how crazy. I really think that they're not going to play Ibaka. I think we would know about it by now if they were going to. Unless I missed them. Guys, if chat has any info on that, because every now and then you guys drop some dimes for us, and I really appreciate it. Let me know, please, because I'm struggling with that one.
I really hope there's no good small forward at 5,800. There's Barton at 55, huh?
I like Barton, but I don't think like he's like you don't need to play him or anything. So I think Tice is the best of the 4,200-ish range on DraftKings. That part I feel pretty. He and Green, and then Morris is the more speculative, but definitely going to be much lower owned since this information still isn't out yet, and obviously Locke hasn't hit.
Are people going to forget to play Jokic, or no?
Yes, because I've definitely forgotten to play Jokic, and he's an awesome play. But is he better than Giannis? Maybe. I don't know. Giannis is on a little bit of a mission lately. Every game is just a monster. Do you have any Reggie Jackson or Thomas Satoransky on FanDuel?
Not yet, but I could see myself doing it.
I'm sort of flirting with this Reggie Jackson idea. He's 4,300. I mean, come on. Levert, Locke. I love Joe Harris. You know what sucks is Joe Harris was going to be like 5% owned at 3,800. And I was all into it, and now he's going to be like 1,000,000% owned. Well, maybe he won't be 1,000,000% owned. I actually do like Tobias Harris a little bit tonight, which I don't usually say.
Oh, I have another 3,800 guy. If you want to pick up Harris.
Who's that?
Otto Porter.
What are they going to do with his minutes tonight?
Hopefully play a lot if we play him in our lineups. Hopefully play him a lot if we play him. I don't know.
He hasn't played more than 21. It seems like a pretty strict minutes, which makes me think they're like trying to keep him and not show him up. It's really weird what they're doing, actually.
Yeah.
I don't entirely understand it, to be honest with you. Hardin Levert. Okay, I don't need to do that. That's small forward. Because another guy I really liked tonight was Middleton, but I think I'm off of him at 7,300 on FanDuel. I wanted to play him and Jalen together, but you don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the Porter thing. I just figured I would. I know what I'm going to end up doing. It's going to be a typical Sheets thing. I'm going to have 100% Harden on DraftKings, and I'm going to fade him in the monster on FanDuel.
Yep. I mean, it's just a little chalky today. Must say myself. I'm going with all the guys from that game, though. I've got out of my 4 big lineups, I've got 2 Sabonis's in my 4 big lineups. So we'll see how that goes for me. It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Yeah. I'm totally doing this. Okay, so if you guys saw my monster lineup, you'll know what I did about that. I did it right in front of you guys, and it's not
really,
and it ain't changing, and it's not right here on the screen right now.
I like it, Sheets. Whatever it is, it sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Really.
You guys can see these these $3 ones if you want. Even for $3, I don't think I want to play Justin Holiday. How about that?
I mean, he is cheap tonight, I have to say.
All right, for $3, he gets in.
He gets in. Watch him like he's going to be like 75 fantasy points.
Yeah. All I will just say is don't forget. We said don't forget to play Jokic. Don't forget that Luka Doncic is a very good basketball player.
Luka Doncic, I know. I agree. 100%.
Now, in fairness, there's a lot of really good basketball players tonight. And one of them doesn't have Kyrie in the game.
Yeah.
But you know what? Kyrie's not playing with Luka either.
Who's the minimum cost power forward you like the best on FanDuel?
McGee
ahead of Bradley?
I guess they're both gonna bust.
Which one do I want busting for me, Sheets? That's what I'm asking you.
Well, I have McGee and no Bradley, so you should play Bradley. Is Bradley exactly 3,500, 3,600?
Bradley, I think he's 35, which is exactly what I needed.
Exactly what I'm gonna do. I have 2 lineups. And they both have McGee. I am gonna switch one for Bradley, and it's gonna be the one without Harrison. Perfect. Okay.
There you go.
There it is.
Really like Larry Nance at small forward. Just saying, on FanDuel. Just saying. The minutes, yeah, sure, we might question this or that or whatever, but just saying.
I'm so glad that they announced it early that Berger is out, because I really did not want to set my alarm for 5:30 in the morning or whatever.
Oh yeah, seriously, I'm with you 100% there, bro.
Just to make sure,
Not feel good. For me, it's 3 hours earlier too, so it's really bad. It's like
you'd stay up the night from the night before, probably.
From 3 to 3:30 in the morning. I don't want to be doing that.
What I'm saying is, if you had to be up at 3 in the morning, you wouldn't go to sleep first, right?
Probably not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's gonna be my first slate playing DeAndre Jordan. No, I played him before. Same spot, probably. Oh yeah, I played him. What am I talking about? Is this a first for everybody? No, I've played these guys. Oh, everybody in here has been played. Saddiq Bey, Player of the Week. You said former. I have Saddiq Bey and a non-trivial amount.
Yes. I mean, honestly, Saddiq Bey is not much worse of a play than what's his name on FanDuel, the other cheap guy. Well, we got some what's it called tonight? Overlay. I said layover.
So sometimes they sell out at 2:30 in the afternoon, and other times it lays over.
It's the weirdest thing, and they actually, my host, who's now my FanDuel, he's the man. Like, he's given me all this stuff because they did like misappropriated me is best way he could put it.
I got an email from finally after all this time. I get from like a FanDuel host or something saying, "Hey, just letting you know you're like MVP status or whatever it is." They gave me an entry to the Slam. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, I mean, look, dude, I've put my years in.
That's true.
I put my tournaments in.
That's true.
I've done my.
Yeah, they gave me an entry to the Slam. That's fine.
Is there any question in chat by any chance?
Let me see if my boyfriend's in here. Let's see.
Oh my God.
Are you still on DeLon Wright with DSJ active?
Yes.
Yes.
But I don't think it's like a must play or anything. I just don't like it.
And now Steve B says Magruder is listed active.
He was listed active. That was before. Then he was listed inactive, like almost instantaneously. So I'm guessing that's what that is.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, actually.
Well, let me just see something. Should I take a look at it? May as well. Let's see. Magruder. Sure. Magruder now out. 651. Okay.
Yeah. Test this guy. A minute for your benefit.
DSJ protocols. QQ Tice or Marcus Morris. I actually like Marcus Morris tonight. Maybe that's not the worst idea.
I really like Marcus Morris too.
Tate. No problem, Kenneth.
My biggest fear is that this is the night Kawhi gets 70. Just want to throw that out there for the people, because I really wanted to play Kawhi when the day started, and I ended up with some Paul George, but not really any Kawhi. I have one of my major lineups without Harden and it's on FanDuel, and I don't feel good about it.
All right. You know, the best thing is, it's like I'm pretty sure I don't know who to root for, but that's good. I'll see what happens after something happens. Like if Beal has like 40 fantasy points to half, I think I know what I'm going to root for example.
Mm-hmm.
And then is Brooklyn game right away? Is it coming right out of the gate, 7 o'clock?
Yeah, right out of the gate. So
right out of the gate. All right.
I'll tell you guys in an hour or 2 hours if we're going. I'll know with this game how I do tonight.
Well,
let's go overtime.
If you guys want a visual, all right? So this is my routine usually. So I'm going to go in to eat. It's like 7 whatever we eat like 7:30 till like 7:30, 7:45. Then I go into the hot tub for a half an hour. And usually what I do is I get into the hot tub and I have the cell phone.
Yeah.
And I put it up there and then I'm like, okay, let me see how we did this. So I always usually fire it up. Usually after as we sweat the final parts of the first half, usually of like the 7 o'clock games or something. So I'll be able to see how Hardin closes out the first half, and then I'll be able to hopefully see how much money I lost, or at least what to root for.
That's right. That's all you can do. Find out
All right,
what
guys, good luck, and